The girlfriend of Dwight McNeil has shared an emotional message on social media after a deadline day transfer to Crystal Palace collapsed. McNeil, 26, looked set to complete a switch from Everton to the Eagles ahead of rival interest in Nottingham Forest. Sign up for the football newsletter. Thank you. Dwight McNeil saw a transfer to Crystal Palace collapse on deadline day. Credit. Getty. McNeil's girlfriend Megan Sharpley released an emotional statement on Instagram. Credit. Instagram, @DwightMC99. The winger was understood to be undergoing a medical an hour before the deadline in what would have been a £20 million move following a loan with an obligation to buy. But Palace pulled the plug on the deal after not finalising the paperwork in time. Following the last-gasp collapse of the deal, the former Burnley star's girlfriend, Megan Sharpley, released a lengthy statement on her Instagram page. She blasted the cruel world of football and the emotional rollercoaster he had been on in the last 48 hours, including having 4.5 years of your life promised to you by Palace. Read more in football. Megan started off the statement by saying, "Dwight, I've always been in awe of your job, the way you've committed most of your life to achieve what only the 0.1% achieve. I know you love your job, the sport, and you know how lucky you are to do what most people only dream of. We appreciate our lives, how fortunate we are, and the millions of football fans that keep the game alive and ultimately keep you in a job you adore. You've sacrificed a lot, and most people don't have much of an idea of the difficult hardships you've suffered and dealt with in your personal life. Most read in football. Best free bets and betting sign-up offers. And we crack on, that's who we are, we appreciate how blessed our lives are. But the world doesn't seem to accept that someone as fortunate as you is allowed to suffer hardships and feel sad. But you're a human, a beautiful, incredible 26-year-old human being. And no matter about money or the success you've worked so hard to achieve, you are allowed to feel." She continued, "Tonight, and the last 48 hours, have broken my heart to see how the football world you love so much can be so cruel to you. To have something promised to you, you have been dragged along an emotional roller coaster, and to be toyed with until the final minute. To have 4.5 years of your life promised to you, traveling, medicals, agreements made, promises made. To have prepared to move your entire life, our lives, 100 of miles away in the space of a few hours. For it to be torn away from you at the last second, with absolutely no explanation. Going from everything, to radio silence, no phone call, no communication, and be left, broken-hearted with nothing but confusion, has hurt more than I can say." Megan described the situation as the lowest point of his career, but insisted she is his biggest supporter, and knows he will bounce back. The emotional statement continued, "We live in a world where everyone is aware how big of a problem mental health is. So in football, why do we find it acceptable, because these young men are on a lot of money, that it's okay to mess and toy with their mental health, and that's just part of the job?" Transfer News Live. Keep up to date with all the latest deals from the January transfer window. No matter the money, we all deserve to be treated with respect, kindness, and fairly. So I really question the industry tonight. I only hope there's more done in the future to protect people from situations like what I've witnessed tonight. Football is brutal, and yes, it's the nature of the beast, but messing with human beings' feelings and emotions shouldn't be acceptable. People only see one side on the media. You don't see the tears, the emotion and the distress I've seen tonight. Meghan rounded out the statement by thanking Everton for all of their help, including when she underwent urgent open surgery and lost an organ or two in 2023. She concluded, "So here's to carrying on being an Everton player. The support we've had from this club, especially during my illness, has meant a lot on our journey, so let's keep grinding, keep working and grafting for this badge. Let's keep going, Dwight, show them who you are. I'm right by your side." McNeil later broke his silence on the collapsed deal by replying to the Post. The former Manchester United youth star said, "Whilst even now, I'm still left in the dark. What I do know and have been supported with, I am an Everton player, I will use this as motivation. I love you, Moo, I couldn't thank you enough for all your effort and support." The collapse of the £30 million deal for the South Londoners to sell Jean-Philippe Mateta to AC Milan has been claimed to be a contributing factor in McNeil's saga. Recommended stories. McNeil has been used as a squad player under David Moyes this season. He is set to fall further down the pecking order at the Hill Dickinson Stadium after the Toffees landed Tyreek George from Chelsea on loan for the rest of the season with an option to buy in the summer.